Hello, everybody. My name is Marvin Marsh, and welcome to the Human Planet Show. I'm your host, Bottom Line, and we are going to have a great time today. Uh, the last time we were on, you guys, I know you all missed me because I missed you guys as well, which was about 5 or 6 days ago. But we're going to talk about a very good subject today, and I hope everybody's doing well out there, kind of thing. I want to welcome you all. If this is your first time, I want you to make sure you hit the subscribe button and also with the thumbs up. And today, what we're going to talk about is have your affairs in order. Have your affairs in order. And what we basically is talking about planning, and I think it's planning for the future. And if you don't plan for the future, then you have no plans at all. And while we think, I'm going to get a drink of water here. And I thought that the only people that had hot flashes kind of thing was women. But I knew that guys, and this is the bottom order, the guys have the hot flashes as well. Only a little bit now. Okay. But I'm going to welcome everybody here on the Human Planet Show. Here we go. Now, in planning, what that does is it shows a lot of intelligence, because a lot of us just don't plan anymore. And as a result, when you don't plan, others have to step in. Family members have to step in to pretty much to support you. Friends have to step in to support you. Okay, but I'm going to go all the way back. I think to the originality in terms of where it should start, and that is the home. Okay, and the home is the mom and the dad. In some situations, it's only the mom. In some situations, that is only the dad. But whatever the situation may be, you should be willing to learn. Okay, you should be willing to learn. And in terms of accepting the principles and accepting the culture that is taught to you, you're going to benefit from that in the long run, in the future. There have been a lot of situations that people have, and I'm going to say this, people have passed away, have gone into paradise. And as a result, there were no planning, meaning this, that you didn't plan for, how can I say, your affairs. You didn't plan, and you didn't have that in order at all. And what happened? Other individuals had that in order for you. I'm glad that they stepped up. They did step up, because other than that situation that you were talking about, a loved one that passed away, and you had no resources, and other people stepped up. So we're going to really stress upon that today. But I've got to go back and say this, that household, and your teaching has a significant, how can I say, in terms of where you're going to be at in the future. But I must say this, and I hope a lot of you women, this is a Human Planet show here, so I'm hoping that you beautiful black women on my show is human. But I've got to say this, that I'm hoping that don't let your emotionalism, okay, take control of your practical judgment. Meaning that to set aside, especially now if you have a child or two or three, to set aside the essentials that you know in the future that you're going to need to support those children. Okay, and a lot of times because of situations that accidents occur. And when they do occur, you really have what we call the insufficient amount of funds, and sometimes no funds at all. And as a result, people or a group like myself have to step in. Now, I don't want you all to take it. Okay, we got somebody here now. We got Marv, Human Planet. We got him here. So anything coming, give him a call. No. The situation that I react to is desirable individuals. Okay? Desirable individuals that have great intentions. But a lot of times in situations, things occur. And because we're human. Okay? and they occur. And when they do occur, and I think when you have what you call the principles, and I think that when you're really sincere with what you're doing, someone or group is going to step in and it's going to help. Now, like I said, your affairs, you don't. A lot of people just don't have their affairs in order. Meaning this planning. I mean, you can sit and go and look at the lexicon. You can see the affairs. And, okay, well, I got an affair with somebody else. But at the same time, you also is going to see the definition of that word. You're going to see planning. Okay, planning. Now, it was an introduction in a lot of households from the husband, from your mom and your dad and aunt and uncle. But guess what happened? You did not believe in it. Okay. And you were not, and some did start it. You know, start that said the affairs, we need to focus on our affairs, keep our affairs in order. And that's at the planning. But a lot of people was inconsistent with it. Not saying not all, was inconsistent. And as a result, when you become inconsistent with something I think is, how can we say, a very good teaching, and you're not consistent with it, what's going to take place is you're going to have problems. Okay, bottom line, you're going to have problems. But I'm going to go back to my subject matter, and I may digress some. Okay, possibly if I do digress, bottom line, take an ink pen or a pencil and write things down for me or for yourself, kind of thing, and I'm going to come back to that. But having your affairs in order, planning, is such a intelligent. It's such an intelligent task to do. Trust me when I tell you. Now I'm going to go back to the beautiful, and I don't want you all to think that I am. How can you say a person that is on one side? No, human planet. But beautiful young black women from the ages of 18. I can go back and go to 17, but 18 up to like 26 to 28 years of age. You pretty much have not planned. Okay, you pretty much have not set aside or focused on your what you got here, your affairs. Okay, for the future. It's no substantiation at all, and as a result, what take place? And I'm a grandfather, by the way. I don't look like I'm one, do I? Right? I see some ladies right there. So, oh, you're handsome. Thank you very much. That we are not going to. How can you say? We're not going to let situations occur and we don't react to that. No, not as concerned grandfathers and aunts and uncles and so on. So in planning and listening to your teachers, here again with your mom, dad, your aunt and uncle, and what in planning to substantiate bank accounts. There's nothing wrong with substantial bank accounts. At the same time, your planning is knowing the having a certain budget. Okay, having a certain budget. All of that is planning and for to keep your affairs in order for the future. Now, a lot of y'all, some is going to disagree with me. Is going to disagree, but you're going to have a great percentage are going to agree with me because when you don't plan, okay, your affairs and you keep your affairs in order. Okay, what's going to take place? You're going to be out of order. Plain and simple. You're going to be out of order. Plain and simple. Now let me get me some of my. By the way, this is water here. Okay, and this is spring water. It's very good. Thank you. And then a lot of times you're going to need support. But at the same time, we're looking at the children. You know, we're looking at the children that is under your guidance, is under your leadership, okay? And when you choose to go have an opposition against the planning your affairs for the future, that child is going to see that. And in the long run, okay, they are going to not plan their affairs for the future. And then what would take place? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you what's going to take place on a percentage in terms in the black neighborhoods. Incarceration. Okay, you're going to have a lot in terms of opposition against the law. I'm not going to get specific as to a lot of how they categorize or marginalize black people as drug dealers, and I'm not going to get into that. Uh, but my message today is a very positive message. Okay, uh, ignorance is it's not inflicted. Okay, it's self-inflicted, meaning that you have your uh, a constitution. You have a constitution, United States Constitution, but you also have a natural constitution on this planet, and a lot of us we just don't use it, and it's there. It's there right in front of you. And when you don't use that natural fundamental principles and mannerism and so on, what's going to take place in your life? You're going to have a lot. It brings on stress. Okay, and when that bring on stress to you, I'm talking to the beautiful young, and on my show it's Human Planet, but colored women, black women, and when that bring on stress, okay, that child, because children are they are very intelligent. They can consume the intelligence. They also they're going how can you say consume the how can you say the changes of personalities, okay? And as you can see, I'm very discreet, okay? But they are going to consume the changes of personality. Now, let me get specific with the changes of personality, because what reason? One of the reasons because their affairs. Your affairs you're not playing was not in order. And when they pretty much consume that other personality, that means what? It's going to be, they are going to be indiscreet. Okay, meaning cursing. Okay, using these different kind of words and all of this. Okay, they are going to be active. When I said active, going into stores and that kind of thing, and they're going to, they can get physical at 2 years of age, 4 years of age, 6 years of age, 8 years of age, 10. And as I go on and on and on, as they get into the become teenagers, and the planning, or you did not present to them to like I say, plan your affairs, or to keep those affairs in order. That is not organization, okay? It's disorganized. That is going to become part of them. This is what they think that is that they should do. Why? Because they saw that you experienced it, and you wanted that experience, and you continue to how can I say, be active in those these unintelligent decisions and actions and so on. Okay, planning. Okay, having your affair here again in order, and you know that Marvin keep going back to affairs. Man, I do have affairs. Hey, look, okay, and that's comedy thing, but planning. Now, when I'm gonna put how can I say parenthesis or whatever. Put that planning. Currency, money. Here we go. I got someone saying, I knew he was going to say that. I knew he's going to come out with money, currency. Absolutely, absolutely. Because on this planet, on this beautiful country of ours, the United States of America, or anywhere else, but I'm going to say here, this planet, the human planet, you've got to have what? Okay, you got, when you go to a store, you cannot just bag it up and leave from out the store. What we call misdemeanor shoplifting. No, currency. What do the currency come from? First of all, let's go back to here again, planning the affairs, keeping your affairs in order. We have to go back to the fundamental principles. And the fundamental principles is that the teaching that you and not all was in opposition to. Now, because a group, the young people, you guys get together sometime. The young women, you guys get together. My mom, my dad, they're so old. And then when one person, oh, they're so old, and you have your other friends are going to agree with you. Oh, I know, my mom said the same way. She want me to go to bed at a certain time. No, I like to be up to 7 o'clock in the morning. How can you plan? There's no way that you can plan your affairs for the future. It's no way. Bottom line. And as a result, years to come, when those years pretty much, and it doesn't take long at all. Okay? It doesn't take long before you know it. Bottom line is what? It's you're 15, you're 17, and you're 19, and you're 20. Okay? Then you're 25, then you're 30. Okay, then you're 40, then you're 50, and that kind of thing. And then at a certain point in time, that the realism is really going to you're going to face that realism and say, you know what, I should have listened to my mom and my dad or aunt and uncle, and that is to prepare my affairs, keep my affairs in order for the future. For the future. I had a niece that, in fact, I wasn't going to talk about this today. I had another subject matter that in my on my agenda, but and I thought about it, and my niece said, "Uncle, I would love for you to talk about having people their affairs to keep their affairs in order." And I thought about it, and I said, "You know what? She was absolutely correct. That was so brilliant. That was so brilliant of her. So brilliant of her." Said, "Uncle, you need to articulate that, the fundamental principles, the fun and the things, the situations that will occur if you don't plan and have your have your future plan with the principles, and that is the keeping in order." Okay, and I'm getting so thirsty. So when you see here where I go again, a lot of y'all probably talking, "Oh no, man, he probably have some kind of a Patron or something like that." This is water, water. But to ask yourself, the individuals that I'm talking to in my show, do you have your affairs in order? Do you have your affairs in order? Your planning. And it's so simple. We're living in the greatest country in this world, which is the United States of America. Okay? And whatever you choose to be, you Money Mayweather had his affairs in order. We had so many that focused and knew and saw the future because of the teaching. The teaching was having your affairs, to put your affairs first, to prioritize yourself in terms of your affairs. That vision. And one thing about a kid, and I have a great nephew, such intelligent, 4 years old, 4 years of age, and if he did something that was in opposition, okay, to the how can we say to the teaching culture, the culture of our teaching, all right, that he was really good. I mean, he's a kind of, he could say, "Well, why did you throw that ball over there?" He said, "Really, I did? Did I really throw that? Oh, I thought it was a basket or something for me to throw that water bottle over there." I mean, he's very intelligent, right? Very intelligent. And I see great things with him, okay? Great things. But I'm going to go back to the subject matter, and that is teaching and the surrounding, and and it's happening, and it's taking place, to teach him about the affairs, to keep them in order, bottom line. And when you look at the etymology of the word, it goes back. And I know some people don't challenge me, but some of the words, you sit and look at the definition of affairs. Now, some of you, how can I say, you guys, guys that got that thing, affairs. Man, I love affairs, huh? I got 20 affairs. I mean, you have 20 children, right? No, but your affairs, and that's a good. I think when how can you say to focus on those affairs, which means they're affairs for the future. It's a great thing. It's a great thing, not only for you. You've got to sit and look at. You have to look at the extensions, meaning this your children. Okay, eventually you're gonna have how can I say, grandchildren. You're gonna have great grandchildren, and I think it's a great thing when you reach that particular age and you can sit back and see that, and it would be so obvious to you. It will be so obvious that you're teaching on their affairs, to keep their affairs in order. You can sit back and smile. You can sit back and smile and give yourself this, a big round of applause. Trust me. And then your extensions, meaning this, that your family, your children and grandchildren, they would talk about you and embrace you while you're living, and when you go into paradise. That my mother, my grandmother, my grandfather, okay, my auntie, or you say auntie, you know that, right? My uncles. Bottom line, and that the when you go back like I say 55 or 60 years. Bottom line, oh, it was I really they were like a how can you say the discipline was a love discipline, a discipline, excuse my pronunciation. And that was that you if you did something wrong, they will let you know. Okay? But you may get a little spank. And at the same time, they would talk about uh, having your affairs in order. Having your affairs in order. Excuse me. I mean, the planning your life. Such a great thing. Having your affairs in order. Think about what I tell you. And I am re-emphasizing and repetitiously and talking about it. You think about that. You think about it now. If you're 20 years of age, and once you become 40, having your affairs in order. Okay, now let me give you a lot of fun with it. You can travel. Yeah, my affairs in order means that you plan. You can travel. Okay, you can travel if you have a child. Your child. You can travel to if you want to go to Brazil. Okay, all right. If you want to go to what's the other place? Oh man, there's so many. Dominion. Wow. London. We got some more London here. We're good. You can, and that comes from planning. It's a lot of you all. Okay, let me get some more water. Thank you. It's a lot of people. We are territorial. Where you're living at, kind of thing there. Where you're living at, you are going to remain there. That's a great thing. But you never experience the of traveling. Some have never experienced it, to travel. Not out of the United States, but within the United States. Some folks are like it's in the if you want to sit to New York or Philadelphia or how can I say North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, and so on. You were only in that particular. You stayed there. You never had the opportunity to travel. Never had the opportunity to travel. Why? One is the reasons why. Because your affairs, you never kept your affairs focused on those affairs to keep them in order. You can have affairs anytime, but you know what? Have that's conscious, that subconscious mind that the teaching. Okay, I don't want to lose you all. That the teaching is back in that subconscious, right? That is there. That you, how can you say, you'll set that aside. You'll set that beautiful knowledge aside with me, and it would involve currency. So it's good to set, and because your affairs are in order that you can travel. You have so many women, and I'm going to say it in terms of human. On my show, it's in human, they call it white folks. But when y'all say human, when I say human, we are human. My human planet on my show, we are humans, all of us. I have 3 fingers here, I have a thumb, and I have a pinky. Now, the groups that, whatever y'all call white or black, they have the same thing. We are humans. My show is the what? The human planet. So whatever we want to be, planning in the future, keeping your affairs, focus on your affairs, keeping them in order, you can be whatever you want to be. And it's so awesome. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I tell you, it's awesome knowing that you can travel. Listen to me, and a lot of you guys can listen to me. The humans. It's good to knowing that you work, you're dedicated to your job. That's such a beautiful thing. Regardless if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you're a supervisor, excuse me, if you a manager at McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell. But it's a good thing to know that when you contribute, excuse me, when you contribute work, you're going to see results. When you contribute dedication, you're going to see results. You're going to see that. And when you see the results, you see the result. And with that, and then you're planning your affairs, you're going to keep that in order. And you can sit back on that plane in 3 hours or 5 hours or 6 hours. You're there enjoying yourself. If it's Florida, okay. If it's the Caribbeans, why? Because you was focused on the teaching, that articulation, elucidation, and with the elucidation, it was, and they gave examples with the elucidation. And you know what that is? It's hard work. Keeping your affairs, those affairs, in order. It's such a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing. And I travel a lot. I travel a lot. And I love to see, and I have this gift, that the expression, facial expression, the personality that I'm familiar with, and I can view that individual, that human individual, and knowing that they planned for that year on that vacation. They planned it, and they saw I'm going to take my vacation, and I'm going to enjoy it, because what? They planned their affairs and they kept everything in order. You can do the same thing. Keep your affairs in order. You can do the same. It's simple. I wouldn't care if you're making $200 a week. I see some people going like, okay, no, I wouldn't work for that, Marvin, no, whatever. But my point of it is this. Plan. Keep your affairs in order. Have that goal. And I guarantee you, now, dollar versus the donut. You're going, okay, Marv, okay. Get to the point, buddy, that you're going to prevail. And you're going to say, I watched the Human Planet show, the host Marvin Marsh, Sr., and he was right. He encouraged me. He motivated me. This pessimism. He disagreed with pessimism. His optimism, optimistic, was great. His prognostication of a desirable individuals that is working on that to keep their affairs in order. I'm going to tune out now and get me some more water. And by the way, this is water. Organic. I did some lemon, put some lemon juice in there as well. Let me say this. I was at the Dollar Tree, and which I call human. You all call it white, okay? Human. And she was in the Dollar Tree, lady with 2 children. I'll never forget that. And I think about it now, and I want to shed some tears. And I was in line. I paid for my items, and I cut my items out there, and I came back in my vehicle. And I came back, and what I did, I talked to one of the customers, and I thought it was the mother of the 2 children. And she said, I said, where's the kids? Are you okay? She said, children, this is my husband. I said, I apologize. And I looked over to my right, and what I saw was that mother. You all call white. Okay? They're humans. And I looked over and I saw that young lady and that little young man, and the expression on both. And I saw the expression on their mama face. Possibility that the affairs was not in order. And I went over and I said, "Hello, how you doing?" And I gave some money. She said, "Thank you." And I looked at the young lady. She was tall, and you could see that she was focused. She was beyond the norm. Both of them. She said, "Thank you." I said, "Yes, ma'am. Thank you." I felt so good. Isn't that something? That right there, what I in my mind was a motivation, an encouragement to her. Whatever is out of order, focus on what? Your affairs. Focus on to keep them in order. And this is what I do. I do have those who want to contribute, that's fine. Those who don't, that's fine with me. I'm great. I'm glad that I'm great, whereas I can provide for others. We have a Cash App. We have, if they choose to, don't do anything, that's fine with me. Like I said, I'm going to do within my, the love that I have for my humans. Okay? You say, "Well, you're not talking about black." Well, the love I have for humans. You all said humans, you call it white people, black people, but I said humans. The love that I have. So we're going to have all that set up for you. That's up to you guys. I'm great. That's up to you guys. But I tell you what, there's a lot of people that don't have their affairs. They don't have it in order. You keep this in mind. That when you see such a thing, because we're brilliant, we have five senses and a perception. Okay, such a thing, help a situation. Trust me. Cap App, the Square, we got the whatever, PayPal's or whatever. That's fine. Human Planet. I am totally legitimate, by the way. LLC. Okay? Bottom line. I love the humans. I love the United States of America. I love the Constitution. I know you all would challenge me, or Roland Martin, or whomever. That's fine with me. And I can facilitate, right, in terms of what I do, the Constitution, you know. Their affairs, their Constitution was in order. Was in order. They kept that in order. Bottom line. The jobs available. Because of what? Because the United States. Because the affairs. They kept the affair in order. I'm going to talk to you all a little later. And I'm going to bring my niece in to take me off of this, right? Again, I'm going to be coming up again a lot on my show, Human Planet, okay? Pass it on. Gotta go.